Question 1. A business analyst has identified a significant opportunity to improve customer satisfaction and reduce operational costs. What is the first step the business analyst should take in addressing this opportunity, according to PMI PBA best practices? A. Develop detailed solution requirements. B. Create a comprehensive project management plan. C. Define and analyze the business problem or opportunity. D. Elicit requirements from key stakeholders. Answer: C. Define and analyze the business problem or opportunity. The very first step in addressing a business opportunity or problem, within the needs assessment domain, is to clearly define and thoroughly analyze it. Before jumping into solutions or gathering detailed requirements, a business analyst must ensure a deep understanding of the current state, the root causes of any issues, and the true nature of the opportunity. This foundational understanding ensures that any subsequent work is aligned with solving the right problem or capitalizing on the right opportunity. Think of it like a doctor diagnosing an illness before prescribing medicine. This crucial initial analysis prevents wasted effort on solutions that don't address the core need. Question 2. During the analysis domain, a business analyst is working with stakeholders to understand how a new system should interact with existing legacy systems. Which technique is most appropriate for defining these interactions and data exchanges? A. Brainstorming. B. Interface analysis. C. Root cause analysis. D. Benchmarking. Answer: B. Interface analysis. Interface analysis is the most appropriate technique for defining how a solution interacts with other systems, databases, or external entities, which is a critical part of the analysis domain. This technique helps in understanding data flows, protocols, and integration points, ensuring seamless connectivity between different components. It's like mapping out all the connections between different rooms in a house, showing how they link up. Brainstorming is for idea generation, root cause analysis identifies underlying problems, and benchmarking compares against best practices. None of these directly address system interactions. Always remember that interfaces are the bridges between different parts of a system. Question 3. A business analyst is creating a document that describes the current state of a business process, including the sequence of activities, decision points, and responsible roles. Which business analysis model is being created? A. Use case diagram. B. Data model. C. Process model. D. State transition diagram. Answer: C. Process model. A process model visually depicts the steps, decisions, and roles involved in a business process, providing a clear understanding of how work flows from start to finish. This type of model is essential during the analysis domain to document existing processes or design new ones, allowing stakeholders to easily grasp complex workflows. Imagine drawing a flowchart for how a customer order moves through a company. That's a process model. Use case diagrams describe system functionality, data models define data structures, and state transition diagrams show object states. When you need to understand how things get done, a process model is your go-to tool. Question 4. A key stakeholder frequently requests changes to approved requirements, often causing delays and scope creep. Which document, primarily developed in the planning domain, should the business analyst refer to in order to manage these changes effectively? A. Business case. B. Requirements traceability matrix. C. Requirements management plan. D. Solution scope statement. Answer: C. Requirements management plan. The Requirements Management Plan, developed in the planning domain, is the foundational document that defines how requirements will be managed throughout the project lifecycle, including the process for handling changes. It outlines the procedures for submitting, analyzing, approving, and communicating changes, ensuring that all modifications follow a structured approach. Think of it as the rulebook for how requirements will be controlled and updated. The business case justifies the project, the requirements traceability matrix links requirements, and the solution scope statement defines what's included in the solution. For controlling changes, the plan is key. Question 5. During the evaluation domain, the business analyst is assessing whether the implemented solution truly addresses the initial business need and delivers the expected value. Which key activity is being performed? A. Requirements validation. B. Solution acceptance. C. Test execution. D. Feasibility analysis. Answer: A. Requirements validation. Requirements validation, part of the evaluation domain, focuses on ensuring that the developed solution aligns with the original business needs and delivers the intended value, rather than just checking if it meets the documented requirements. This activity confirms that the right solution was built to address the right problem, contributing directly to realizing business benefits. It's like checking if the new building not only meets the blueprints but also serves its purpose for the people who will use it. Solution acceptance is about formal sign-off, test execution verifies functionality, and feasibility analysis happens much earlier. Always validate against the initial need, not just the specified requirement. Question 6. A business analyst is preparing for a requirements elicitation workshop with a diverse group of stakeholders. To ensure productive discussions and capture all relevant information, what is a crucial consideration for the business analyst during preparation? A. Limiting the number of attendees to keep the meeting short. B. Developing a detailed agenda and sharing it in advance. C. Preparing all requirements beforehand to present to stakeholders. D. Assuming all stakeholders have the same level of understanding. Answer: B. Developing a detailed agenda and sharing it in advance. Developing and distributing a detailed agenda in advance is crucial for a successful elicitation workshop. An agenda sets clear expectations for the meeting's objectives, topics to be discussed, and expected outcomes, allowing stakeholders to prepare and ensure a productive session. It's like providing a map and itinerary before a trip, so everyone knows where they're going and what to expect. Limiting attendees might exclude key perspectives, preparing all requirements beforehand stifles collaboration, and assuming shared understanding can lead to misunderstandings. Effective preparation is the bedrock of effective elicitation. Question 7. After eliciting numerous requirements, a business analyst needs to categorize and prioritize them to determine which ones offer the most value and should be implemented first. Which technique is most suitable for this purpose within the analysis domain? A. Affinity diagram. B. Moscow analysis. C. Root cause analysis. D. SWOT analysis. Answer: B. Moscow analysis. Moscow analysis is a widely used prioritization technique that categorizes requirements into must-have, should-have, could-have, and won't-have, making it highly suitable for determining which requirements offer the most value and should be implemented first within the analysis domain. This method helps stakeholders align on priorities and manage expectations by clearly defining what is essential for the solution. Imagine sorting items into absolutely essential, very important, nice to have, and not needed right now. Affinity diagrams group ideas, root cause analysis finds problems, and SWOT analysis identifies strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. For prioritizing requirements, Moscow is an excellent tool. Question 8. A business analyst has just completed the requirements elicitation phase and needs to ensure that each requirement can be linked to a specific business need, design component, and test case. Which tool is essential for this purpose in the traceability and monitoring domain? A. Business process model. B. Data dictionary. C. Requirements traceability matrix. D. Stakeholder register. Answer: C. Requirements traceability matrix. The requirements traceability matrix is a crucial tool in the traceability and monitoring domain used to link requirements to their origins, related requirements, design elements, code, and test cases. This matrix ensures that every requirement is accounted for throughout the project lifecycle, supporting impact analysis for changes and validating that the final solution fulfills all needs. Think of it as a comprehensive spreadsheet that connects every piece of a puzzle, ensuring nothing is missing and everything fits together. A business process model describes processes, a data dictionary defines data elements, and a stakeholder register lists project stakeholders. For managing requirement lineage, the traceability matrix is indispensable. Question 9. A business analyst is working on a project where the solution must comply with several external regulations and internal company policies. Which type of requirement does this represent? A. Functional requirement. B. Non-functional requirement. C. Business requirement. D. Transition requirement. Answer: B. Non-functional requirement. Non-functional requirements describe the quality attributes, constraints, and external interfaces that the solution must possess, rather than specific behaviors or functions. Compliance with regulations and policies, security, performance, scalability, and usability are common examples. These requirements define how the system performs a function, ensuring it meets broader organizational and external standards. It's like saying a car must not only drive, functional, but also be safe, fuel-efficient, and meet emission standards, non-functional. Functional requirements describe specific actions, business requirements state high-level needs, and transition requirements address temporary changes needed for deployment. Question 10. The project team has delivered a new software module, and the business analyst is conducting user acceptance testing, UAT, to confirm it meets the documented requirements. This activity falls primarily under which PMI PBA domain? A. Needs assessment. B. Planning. C. Analysis. D. Evaluation. Answer: D. Evaluation. User acceptance testing, UAT, is a key activity within the evaluation domain, where the business analyst assesses how well the delivered solution fulfills the requirements and meets the business need. This domain focuses on validating the solution against defined acceptance criteria and ensuring it provides the expected value to stakeholders. Think of it as the final inspection before a product is released to ensure it works as expected for its intended users. Needs assessment defines the problem, planning sets up the approach, and analysis details the requirements. Evaluation confirms the solution's success. Question 11. During the needs assessment domain, a business analyst is attempting to understand the root causes of a recurring customer complaint. Which tool or technique would be most helpful in systematically investigating this issue? A. Brainstorming. B. Fishbone diagram, Ishikawa. C. Affinity diagram. D. Benchmarking. Answer: B. Fishbone diagram, Ishikawa. A fishbone diagram, also known as an Ishikawa or cause and effect diagram, is a structured tool used to systematically identify and explore potential causes of a specific problem, making it ideal for root cause analysis during the needs assessment domain. It helps categorize potential causes into major branches like people, process, equipment, and environment. Imagine drawing a fish skeleton where the head is the problem and the bones are categories of causes, with smaller bones being specific contributing factors. Brainstorming generates ideas, affinity diagrams group them, and benchmarking compares against others. For identifying causes, the fishbone diagram is highly effective. Question 12. A business analyst is documenting requirements, ensuring they are clear, concise, measurable, and testable. Which characteristic of good requirements is the business analyst focusing on? A. Complete. B. Unambiguous. C. Feasible. D. Prioritized. Answer: B. Unambiguous. When a business analyst ensures requirements are clear, concise, measurable, and testable, they are focusing on making them unambiguous. Unambiguous requirements mean they can only be interpreted in one way, reducing miscommunication and rework during development and testing. It's like writing instructions that are so precise, anyone following them will produce the exact same outcome. Complete means all necessary information is present, feasible means it can be achieved, and prioritized relates to importance. Striving for unambiguous requirements is vital for solution success. Question 13. A business analyst needs to define the boundaries of the solution and what will and will not be included in the scope. Which document is crucial for this activity, typically developed during the needs assessment or planning domain? A. Requirements Management Plan. B. Solution Scope Statement. C. Business Process Model. D. Traceability Matrix. Answer: B. Solution Scope Statement. The Solution Scope Statement is a critical document that clearly defines what is and is not included within the boundaries of the solution. It provides a shared understanding among stakeholders about the deliverables and extent of the work, helping to prevent scope creep and manage expectations. Think of it as drawing clear lines around the project, stating precisely what will be built. The Requirements Management Plan outlines how requirements are managed, a business process model illustrates workflows, and a traceability matrix links requirements. For defining the solution's boundaries, the Solution Scope Statement is essential. Question 14. A business analyst is leading a session to gain agreement on a set of requirements, but the stakeholders have differing opinions. Which group decision-making technique helps reach a decision while minimizing individual bias and allowing for anonymity? A. Majority vote. B. Autocratic decision-making. C. Delphi technique. D. Nominal group technique. Answer: C. Delphi technique. The Delphi technique is a group decision-making method designed to achieve consensus among a panel of experts through a series of anonymous questionnaires and feedback rounds, effectively minimizing individual bias and allowing for objective decision-making. This technique is particularly useful when stakeholders are geographically dispersed or when strong personalities might dominate discussions. Imagine a series of anonymous surveys and summaries leading to a shared agreement. Majority vote is simply the most votes, autocratic is one person's decision, and nominal group technique involves structured discussion and voting in person. For unbiased consensus, Delphi stands out. Question 15. The business analyst has identified a new external regulation that impacts several existing requirements for the project. Which process should the business analyst follow to integrate this change into the project scope and requirements? A. Rebaselining the entire project plan immediately. B. Submitting a change request through the defined change control process. C. Informing the development team directly to implement the change. D. Discarding all related requirements and starting fresh. Answer: B. Submitting a change request through the defined change control process. Any change to approved requirements, especially those driven by external factors like new regulations, must be managed through the formal change control process as defined in the Requirements Management Plan. This ensures that the change is properly assessed for its impact on scope, schedule, and cost, and is formally approved before implementation. It's like getting official permission before making an alteration to a building's blueprints. Rebaselining the entire plan is usually a last resort, informing the development team directly bypasses control, and discarding requirements is counterproductive. Always follow the established change control process. Question 16. A business analyst is conducting interviews to elicit requirements from stakeholders. To ensure comprehensive capture of information and to avoid misinterpretation, what is a best practice for the business analyst during the interview? A. Focus only on closed-ended questions for quick answers. B. Take detailed notes and confirm understanding by paraphrasing. C. Interrupt frequently to clarify points immediately. D. Rely solely on stakeholder-provided documentation. Answer: B. Take detailed notes and confirm understanding by paraphrasing. During requirements elicitation interviews, a best practice for a business analyst is to take detailed notes and then confirm understanding by paraphrasing what the stakeholder has said. This technique ensures accuracy in capturing information, validates that the business analyst has correctly interpreted the stakeholder's input, and allows the stakeholder to correct any misunderstandings. It's like repeating a complex order back to a customer to ensure you've got it right. Relying only on closed-ended questions limits discovery, frequent interruptions can disrupt the flow, and relying solely on existing documentation misses new insights. Active listening and confirmation are key to successful elicitation. Question 17. Which document typically provides the business justification for undertaking a project and outlines the anticipated benefits, used during the needs assessment domain? A. Project charter. B. Business case. C. Requirements specification. D. Test plan. Answer: B. Business case. The business case is a crucial document, primarily developed during the needs assessment domain, that provides the necessary business justification for a project. It outlines the problem or opportunity, analyzes potential solutions, and details the anticipated benefits and costs, helping decision-makers determine if the project is worth investing in. Think of it as a compelling argument to undertake a venture, laying out why it's a good idea. The project charter formally authorizes the project, the requirement specification details solution requirements, and the test plan outlines testing activities. For justifying the investment, the business case is paramount. Question 18. A business analyst is working on a complex project with many interdependencies between requirements. To visualize these relationships and ensure no critical requirements are overlooked, which modeling technique is most useful in the analysis domain? A. Org chart. B. Requirements dependency matrix. C. Network diagram. D. SWOT analysis. Answer: B. Requirements dependency matrix. A requirements dependency matrix is a valuable modeling technique in the analysis domain for visualizing and managing the relationships and interdependencies between various requirements. It helps in identifying which requirements are dependent on others, which can impact sequencing and risk management. It's like drawing lines between puzzle pieces to show how they fit together, ensuring you understand the connections. An org chart shows organizational structure, a network diagram shows project schedule logic, and a SWOT analysis identifies strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. For understanding how requirements link together, a dependency matrix is indispensable. Question 19. During the planning domain, a business analyst needs to define how requirements will be approved by stakeholders. Which aspect of the requirements management plan addresses this? A. Requirements traceability strategy. B. Metrics for requirement success. C. Requirements approval process. D. Requirements prioritization approach. Answer: C. Requirements approval process. The requirements approval process, detailed within the requirements management plan, defines the specific steps and criteria by which requirements will gain formal sign-off from relevant stakeholders. This ensures that there is a clear understanding of who needs to approve requirements, under what conditions, and how that approval will be documented. It's like setting up a formal signature process for important documents to ensure everyone agrees. The traceability strategy links requirements, metrics define how success is measured, and prioritization determines importance. For getting formal buy-in on requirements, defining the approval process is essential. Question 20. A business analyst discovers that a critical business need identified during the needs assessment domain is no longer valid due to a sudden market shift. What is the appropriate immediate action for the business analyst? A. Continue with the current plan, hoping the market shifts back. B. document the change and immediately communicate the potential impact to relevant stakeholders. C. Independently redefine the business need and update the business case. D. Halt all project activities until a new market assessment is complete. Answer. B. Document the change and immediately communicate the potential impact to relevant stakeholders. When a critical business need changes, the business analyst must immediately document the change and communicate its potential impact to relevant stakeholders, especially the project sponsor and key decision-makers. This ensures transparency and allows for a collective decision on whether to adapt the project, reassess its viability, or even terminate it. It's like noticing a major road closure on your travel plan and immediately informing everyone affected to decide on a new route. Continuing blindly or redefining independently would be irresponsible. Halting all activities without communication may be an overreaction. Proactive communication is always best in such situations. Question 21. Before beginning detailed requirements analysis, a business analyst conducts a stakeholder analysis. What is the primary purpose of this activity in the needs assessment or planning domain? A. To identify all potential solutions for the business problem. B. To determine who has authority to sign off on the final solution. C. To identify and understand all individuals or groups impacted by or influencing the initiative. D. To create a detailed work breakdown structure for requirements elicitation. Answer. C. To identify and understand all individuals or groups impacted by or influencing the initiative. The primary purpose of stakeholder analysis, often performed early in the needs assessment or planning domain, is to identify and understand all individuals, groups, or organizations that may affect, be affected by, or perceive themselves to be affected by a decision, activity, or outcome. This understanding is crucial for effective communication, elicitation, and management of expectations throughout the project. It's like creating a map of everyone who has a say or is impacted by a new neighborhood development. Knowing your stakeholders is fundamental to successful business analysis. Question 22. A business analyst is facilitating a session where stakeholders are generating a large number of ideas for a new product feature. To organize these ideas into logical groupings for further analysis, which technique would be most effective? A. Interviews. B. Focus groups. C. Affinity diagram. D. Surveys. Answer. C. Affinity diagram. An affinity diagram is a powerful technique used to organize a large number of ideas, facts, or opinions into natural groupings based on their relationships. This method is highly effective after brainstorming sessions to make sense of diverse inputs, especially when a business analyst is dealing with many raw ideas for a new feature. Imagine writing ideas on sticky notes and then arranging them into logical clusters on a whiteboard. Interviews and focus groups are elicitation techniques, and surveys are for collecting data from a large audience. For structuring chaotic information, an affinity diagram is ideal. Question 23. The business analyst needs to ensure that the requirements being developed are truly aligned with the overarching strategic goals of the organization. Which document should be regularly referenced to confirm this alignment? A. Project schedule. B. Organizational strategic plan. C. Quality management plan. D. Risk register. Answer. B. Organizational strategic plan. The organizational strategic plan is the guiding document that outlines an organization's long-term objectives and vision. A business analyst must consistently reference this plan to ensure that all identified business needs and proposed solutions, along with their associated requirements, are directly aligned with and contribute to these overarching strategic goals. It's like checking a compass to make sure your detailed travel route still points you towards your ultimate destination. The project schedule manages timing, the quality management plan defines quality standards, and the risk register tracks project risks. For strategic alignment, the organizational strategic plan is the definitive reference. Question 24. During the evaluation domain, the business analyst finds a significant discrepancy between a developed solution component and its specified requirement. What is the immediate next step for the business analyst? A. Approve the solution component despite the discrepancy. B. Document the discrepancy and raise it for resolution with relevant stakeholders. C. Redesign the entire solution to eliminate the discrepancy. D. Ignore the discrepancy if it seems minor. Answer: B. Document the discrepancy and raise it for resolution with relevant stakeholders. When a business analyst identifies a discrepancy between a solution component and a specified requirement during evaluation, the immediate next step is to document this discrepancy clearly and raise it for resolution with the appropriate stakeholders, such as the project manager, development team, and business owners. This ensures transparency, allows for informed decision-making on whether to fix, accept, or defer the discrepancy, and follows established change management principles. It's like finding a flaw in a product during quality control and immediately reporting it to the production team for a decision. Approving it, redesigning unilaterally, or ignoring it are not appropriate professional actions. Question 25. A business analyst is working on a project that utilizes an adaptive, agile approach. How does the management of requirements typically differ in an adaptive lifecycle compared to a predictive, waterfall, lifecycle? A. Requirements are fully defined and baselined at the beginning. B. Requirements are elaborated progressively and continuously refined. C. Requirements are primarily managed through a formal change control board. D. Requirements are typically fixed and do not evolve. Answer: B. Requirements are elaborated progressively and continuously refined. In an adaptive, agile lifecycle, requirements are elaborated progressively, meaning they are refined and detailed over time in iterations, rather than being fully defined up front. This approach allows for flexibility and responsiveness to changing needs, with continuous feedback loops guiding the evolution of requirements. Think of it like building a house one room at a time, incorporating feedback from the owners after each room is built. Predictive life cycles define requirements up front. Formal change control is still present but often less rigid than in predictive, and requirements are expected to evolve in adaptive approaches. Understanding this fundamental difference is key for agile business analysis.